Okay, so this is going to be a challenge. It's Tuesday night. Yeah. It's already 5 to 8 in the evening. I originally planned on recording this Sunday. It was lovely weather Sunday, but I didn't see much of it. I was inside working all day. Sad faces. It's the way it goes. Something went wrong and I had to fix it. I meant I lost the Sunday. And then yesterday, because I didn't spend any time with the missus on Sunday, we spent some time together. We went out to do a walk. And the walk we went on was the one we tried to do a couple of 3 weeks ago. The episode was Jacket and Ponchos. Where I'd said in that episode we'd started a walk, about 2 k's in, we rained out and decided to call it a day because she wasn't enjoying it. I was a bit, but I'm a lunatic, I don't mind. So what we did is we went back and revisited that walk. This time we remembered to take some change for the meter, the car park meter at Shustak Reservoir. And we started from there and we did the walk that I'd planned. Very nice, good route, some nice views, thoroughly enjoyed it. I think it was about 8 kilometres, thereabouts, which is just under, so around about 5 miles-ish, just over. Yes, it's around about 5 mile kind of mark. But it was a good walk, nice. And the day was beautiful. I mean, the weather really has changed. We've gone from deluge rain to beautiful, scorching hot sunshine. I mean, yesterday's walk, I caught some colour in my arms. It's just not right. Pasty white guy, So yeah, caught some colour, and it made for a fabulous day. But of course, when we came back, by the time we got back and sort of like sorted out what we were going to do for tea, which we did with Rhiannon, my daughter, and we went and had a meal out. So that was a first. And it was really good. We got home and it was way too late to be recording videos. So tonight I've finished work around about 5:30. We've gone for a run and we've done 10 kilometres, which is 6.2 miles. I know that conversion. It's a standard running distance, so that's why I know that conversion off the top of my head. And I've finished doing that, and because it's summertime, we've got lovely warm evenings still, good light. I can sit down and record and prattle on to you guys. So that was a fantastic day. And earlier today, when I was thinking about it, and I was thinking about what am I going to record about tonight, I thought about maps. And here in the UK, the best maps you can lay your hands on are from Ordnance Survey. It's a government-run sort of like institution that deals with all the mapping of the land. And they have various different kinds of maps. And there's various different ways you can do mapping while you're out walking. So we'll go from the most this kind, which is a touring map, and it covers way too much of a larger area to be overly useful. And this particular one, you can actually see it on the map. Bristol, Lyme Regis, Portsmouth, Newbury. That's a wide area. So it shows you an area, it shows you the places of interest within the area and how to get around it in a car. I don't know whether that's in focus or not. I'll probably have to hold it close to my face to get that in focus. I'll try that. That's a touring style maps that you get. Not very good for walkers. or activities really. The next ones that we have a tendency to pick up, the pink ones. Yeah, I'll keep that by my face, yeah, make it easier. This one, Ludlow and Wenlock Edge. Yeah. Now the pink ones all cover large sheet areas in 1 to 50,000 scale. Yeah. So there's quite a bit of detail in these, and you can actually sort of like walk off of these maps. Yeah. You need to know what you're doing. You need to be able to read a map really clearly and carefully, but it is very possible. And again, these cover a large area, so if you're going to move through an area pretty quickly, these are good for that. It saves you carrying lots of other types. Then we move on to the Pathfinders, 1 to 25,000 scale maps. And these aren't as large a sheets as the pink ones. Yeah. And the green sheets, these ones cover the whole country, and you can find maps, in various numbered maps, and you can find them covering all the various different parts of the country. And if you want to work out which number map you need to be buying for your part of the country, it's all that information is all on the Ordnance Survey website. Yeah. And you can walk from one edge to the other edge of this probably within a day fairly comfortably, maybe for the experienced hikers. It depends on the terrain, of course. If it's like that, you ain't going to walk from one edge to the other edge of a map if you're going over terrain like that, not in a day. But you can certainly plot out multiple day circular routes and single day circular routes and stuff like that on 1 to 25,000 scale. And these are great because the detail on them is exceedingly fine. Yeah. And you have 1 inch to 4 miles, yeah, or 2 centimeters is 5 kilometers. Yeah. This on the back. There's lots of information on the back. For these ones, the pink ones, the information is all on the inside fly. Yeah. Well used, well aged maps. Yeah. Then for certain specific parts of the country, there are, at the time when this one was made at least, there are 19 sort of what are called explorer maps, and these cover certain regions like the Lake District. That's actually split into 2 different maps. Yeah, there's a north and there's a south side to the Lake District. There's the Mendip Hills, there's this one, Malvern Hills and Brecon Hills. Yeah. There's ones up in Scotland like the Trossachs and Rutland Water. So generally these ones are covering sort of like national parks or areas of significant beauty, where people are going to be going, like the Peak District. And it's just multiples of these put together on a larger sheet, so you don't have to carry so many of them, but they're specific, and you can get these in 2 forms, one with nice pretty cover on the map, and then the sheet which folds out. There's the sheet, there's the cover on the map. And then you have the rough cut types, where they don't have the protective cover. So this one's the Mendip Hills. This is the Lake District southern region. It's well used, and all the information on this one is on the foot of one of the sides of the sheets. It's double-sided, so it covers a large area. But it means that you're constantly faffing, folding, refolding, trying to work out where the best bit is for your route that you want to do. And if you want to plan a route properly, you need to be marking your map. which means that one map can hold maybe 1, 2, 3 different routes if you don't want to get too confused and they're all intercrossing each other. So they're great. I love paper maps. Yeah. But they have limitations. One of them's they're quite bulky in size. Yeah. And they get wet, they're destroyed, yeah, they become hard to read, they fall apart and that lot. And they date. This is the biggest problem with paper maps. They date fast sometimes, you know. Or maybe not for walking paths, but for roads and stuff like that, and areas of open access and stuff like that. That changes, yeah. So these maps will date, and that makes them kind of pointless after a few years, you know. So those are the sort of traditional means of mapping, yeah, and being able to work out where you're going. Now there's new methods. We're in the modern era, the era of the cloud, yeah, and the internet and that lot. And of course, people in the Ordnance Survey have put up a fantastic resource on their website. Yeah. And if you go to maps.ordnancesurvey.co.uk, I think, I'll put the link in the description below. Yeah, if you go to their site, yeah, you can go to the maps part of it, and even on the free registered version, you can draw routes out and you can send them to your mobile device. I haven't got my phone with me, but there's on Apple and on Android there is a mobile phone version of the app. And there's even on my iPad, I've got an iPad, there's a version that can go on there, yeah, and they allow you to plot out your map, and you can do all sorts of things like that. You can carry that with you, you can download an area, yeah. Now that's, I think, a registered a premium feature, and I'll get more to the premium features in a minute. But it means that you can have a very, very up-to-date map, as up-to-date as Ordnance Survey have got, yeah, which is great. Yeah. You can plot your route, you know exactly where you're going. You can carry it on a digital device. You can export the GPX file, yeah, of the route and import it to something like intelligent watches, you know, these smart watches. Yeah, this one's the Garmin Fenix 6 Pro. And this actually has maps on it itself, so when I'm walking I can see the trail and breadcrumbs, and it's not just a rough guide. I've got map features that I can see within the window, and they're not great, but it's enough for me to be able to see where we're going, yeah? And I don't have to rely on paper. Yeah? Always carry a paper copy, because if this dies, or your phone dies, or your iPad dies, if that's what you're using, and you're in the middle of nowhere, you're stuck. And even the Ordnance Survey say on their website, always carry a paper copy. Now, I'm not sure whether exporting GPX files is a premium feature. I think it is, but for £24 per year, yeah, you've got to put this into context. Yeah, these maps are, at the time this one was bought, which is a few years ago, was £4.50. They're probably more like £10 a piece now. I'll have to look it up. So that's two of them, yeah, and a bit. Yeah. But in the premium features, yeah, one of the great things you can do, yeah, is you can export it to, but you can print out a map. Yeah, so you can't do it from the app versions, but you can do it from the web version, and they're all synced together. So you can create your route on your nice handy iPhone, or you're on your iPad, nice and convenient, sit there and draw it out. Yeah, and you can go to your computer and open up the web browser version, yeah, and then select the region you want to print out that section of map, which is what I did. Yeah. And then I keep it in a waterproof container. Yeah. So my route for this Monday's walk, yeah, I printed out. Yeah. And you can also share your routes with other people so that they can download it to their watches or to their phones. You can record a route on your phone. Yeah, you can record a route on your watch, export the GPX from that, and import it, and have the route, which you could then share with everybody. And that brings on it's around to another feature, which is fantastic. If you know of an area you're going to, but you don't know the area and you want to find a walk, yeah, and you want an easy walk 3 miles long, you find the area that you want to go to and you can search for routes, yeah, routes made by other people, and you can then filter it by easy, medium, hard, extreme. I think are the filter levels. Then there's you can filter out the distances and stuff like that, and it will show you how many routes are starting from your sort of like starting point that you want to start from. So you no longer have to sit here and work it all out yourself if you don't want to. You can find other things. So that's Ordnance Survey, and I think this is probably one of the best things that I can spend 25 quid on. Just it's under that, you know, because I can buy several maps and spend that much. Okay, the maps will last, but they'll eventually be out of date and they'll be worn, and all the other problems, I could ruin them. An A4 sheet printed off my printer, as many areas as I want to, as many times as I want to. Yeah, I can do A3 if my printer was capable. Yeah. Fantastic. I don't have to worry if that gets destroyed. It's marked up. Yeah. If I do a different route, I can have a different route marked on there. I'm not going to get confused halfway around as to which route I'm supposed to be following, because I've put many pen routes down onto the thing. So yeah, fantastic. Maps.ordnancesurvey.co.uk, I'm fairly certain. Yeah. But fantastic. And I'd be interested to hear from anybody who does watch this from abroad. I know there's a couple, but I don't know whether they regularly watch me. What your mapping services are like in your countries. Yeah. It'd be interesting. Leave comments below. I'm getting used to this YouTube stuff, and I've even got the lingo starting to come together. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Yeah, I've been rabbiting for a while. I've now got the challenge of a lifetime. I've recorded 18 minutes worth of video. Yeah, and now I need to go and cut this. Hopefully, I don't need to do too much. I can just put it through, put my front bits, end bits, my logo in there, all the good things that make it a YouTube video, and get it hot off the presses and uploaded, ready for tomorrow morning 8 o'clock. So I've got some entertainment this evening. With that, I'm going to love you and leave you. I hope you all have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Ta-da!